Hello, curios and weirdos. Have you ever saw someone do something just completely that made no complete sense and thought to yourself, God takes care of babies and fools? Well, have you ever wondered what that would look like in totality from beginning to end? Well, in tonight's story, from Grimm's Tales for Young and Old, we are going to explore a character as he shows us exactly where that line came from. Welcome, 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 curios and weirdos, to the Curio Storyteller, where we take stories from yesterday. We do a little creative cosplaying of the characters, and after we're done with the story, we try to figure out what happened. We break it down, we see what stood out to us, we talk to some of them characters, we do what needs to be done here, period. So tonight we are going to read the tale called A Good Stroke of Business. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oreo Junior, get back there. Put on a helmet. Cause we dealing with something here. I don't know if he a baby or a fool. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I look real smart, like tonight's character. Let's go. A pheasant took his cow to a market and sold it for 7 thalers. I'm gonna just think that equals $500. I don't know what that equals. On the way home, he had to pass a pond, and before he could get near it, he heard the frogs creaking. Eek, eek, eek. Bless me, he said to himself. They don't know what they're talking about. It was 7 thalers I made, not 8. Baby a fool, y'all be the one. Y'all tell me which one. When he got to the water, he called out to them, "What stupid animals you are! Don't you know any better than that? It was 7 thalers, not 8. Don't you know? Oh, wait, sorry. But the frogs stuck to their eek, eek, eek. If you don't believe me, he said, I can count them out for you. He took the money from his pocket and counted out the 7 thalers, 24 to each one. But the frogs paid no attention because they are frogs, sir, to his reckoning and went right on with their eek, eek, eek. Now the peasant was really angry for what we don't know. All right, he cried. If you think you're so smart, count them yourself. And with that, he threw all his money into the water. Y'all think he got that back? Then he stood still and waited he thought that when they finished counting the money, they'd bring it back. Don't forget, we started it off with God take care of babies and fools. So let's go. We got to figure out if he a baby or a fool. But the frogs were stubborn. They kept croaking. Eek, eek, eek. And they didn't return his money either because they are frogs, baby, and money is not real to anything but humans. He waited a long while until night began to fall and he had to go home. Then he gave the frogs a piece of his mind. Uh-oh, you better tell them off. You splashing, bug-eyed blockheads, he cried. Big mouths, that's what you are. You can shout until my ears ache, but you can't count 7 thalers. Do you expect me to wait here all night? Okay, go off, sir, I guess. So he went away, but the frogs kept croaking. Eek, 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 after him. And he was in very bad humor when he got home. I mean, sir, you just wasted like $500, so I would be upset too. But the only person you could be mad at, sir, is yourself. But after a while, he brought another cow and butchered it. He figured that if he got a good piece of meat, he'd be making as much as 2 cows were worth, and still have the hide left over. Okay, he got ideas. Okay, I like a man with ideas. Y'all, what y'all? He got ideas. When he got to town with the meat, a pack of dogs were gathered outside the gate, with a big greyhound in the lead who danced around the meat, sniffing and barking. Arf! Arf! When he wouldn't stop, the peasant said to him, I understand. You're saying half, because you want half of the meat. But where would I be if I gave it to you? The dog's only reply was, Arf! Arf! Will you promise me not to eat it up? And can you vouch for your friends here? Arf! Arf, said the dog. Well, all right, since you insist, I'll let you have all of it because I'm a genius with a capital G. I have high IQ. I know you, and I know who you work for. Who the dog work for? This man is having a whole Son of Sam moment. Like, sir, what is going on here? But let me tell you this. I want my money within 3 days, or you will hear from me. Just bring it out to my place. With that, he unloaded the meat and turned back. The dogs pounced on it and barked, Arf! Arf, girl, that was the best day ever, bro. The peasant heard them from far off and said to himself, would you hear to that? Now they all want half, but the big one will have to answer to me. When the third day came, the peasant thought, tonight, I'm going to have my money. They're going to run me my money. He was as happy as could be, but no one came and no one brought him any money. So you might have to go out there like Rihanna in that video. Get your money. There's no relying on anyone these days, he said. In the end, he lost patience, went to town, and asked the butcher for his money. What y'all think the butcher told him? Like, imagine a man coming into your shop talking about where my money? I gave the meat to the dog. What's up? What do y'all think that butcher said to him? Y'all put it in the comment section. The butcher thought he was joking, but the peasant said, why would I be joking? I want my money. Didn't your big dog deliver the meat 3 days ago from the cow I just unalived? That made the butcher angry. I would have been mad too. He picked up a broomstick and chased him away. Just wait, said the peasant. There's still some justice left in the world. So he went to the royal palace and asked for an audience. They took him to the king. So he told this story to the people that opened the door. They said, okay, the king must got a lot of time today, honey. Who was sitting there with his daughter. And the king asked what his trouble was. Trouble enough, he said. The frogs and the dogs have robbed me. And the butcher has paid me with a stick. Is anybody else thinking that he should be happy he isn't in present time? Because, sir, it would have been a different kind of stick. Like, sir, it would have been a pew-pew stick. Then he told the king at great length what happened. The king's daughter laughed loudly, and the king said, I can't say that you're right, but you shall marry my daughter, just like that, boom. I wonder if they really got married like that back in his times, because that's crazy. We don't even know this man's name. I feel like this might be the picture of Dorian Gray again. Never in all her life has she laughed like this. And I promised her hand to the man who could make her laugh. You can thank God for your good fortune. Let me break the fourth wall real quick. Told you God take care of babies and fools. Y'all tell me which one this man is. Never mind, said the peasant. I don't want her. I only got one wife, and even that's too many for me. Mm. Whenever I come home, it's as if there were one standing in every corner. At that, the king grew angry and said, "You're nothing but an unmannerly lout." "Oh, your majesty," said the peasant, "what can you expect from a pig but pork?" I don't even know what that means. Okay. I don't know. Maybe y'all know. I don't know what that means. "Look," said the king, "you shall have another reward. Now go, but come back in 3 days, and you shall have 500. 500 what? When the peasant came out of the palace, the sentry said, "You made the king's daughters laugh. I'll bet you have been nicely rewarded." "I shall say so," said the peasant. "I'm getting 500, five of them things, them big things." "Then share it with me," said the soldier. "What can you do with all that money?" "Because it's you, because it's you," said the peasant. "I'll let you have 200. Go to the king in 3 days and they'll count it out for you." A jay, no, was standing nearby and heard the conversation. He ran after the peasant and grabbed him by the coattails and said, "God's wonders, what a lucky man you are. Let me change it for you. I'll give it to you in small coins. What would you do with hard talers?" "All right," said the peasant, because I'm not bright, I'm not smart, I might be a baby, I don't know. "You can have 300. Give them to me in coins right now. Go see the king in 3 days and you will be repaid." The Jew was the Jay was delighted with the profit he was making and paid out the sum in bad gochim, 3 of which were worth as much as 2 good ones. So he ripped them off. That's messed up. Dang. Hard to find good help here. Let me get back to the story. When the 3 days had passed, the peasant went to the king as the king had ordered. "Take off his coat," said the king. "He shall have his 500. "Oh, no," said the peasant. "They don't belong to me anymore. I have given the sentry 200 and the jay changed 300 for me. I've got nothing coming to me at all." Just then, the soldier and the jay came in. They demanded they had got out of the peasant, and both were given their measure of lashes. That's what they like, sir. So y'all was over there trying to rip this man off. Y'all thought he got a reward, and it was just a beating. Child. What happens? The soldier bore it bravely. He had been whooped before. Dang. But the jay cried pitifully, "Oh, oh, oh, are these my hard talers?" The king couldn't help laughing at what the peasant had done. It's impressive. His anger had boiled down, and he said, "You lost your reward before you even got it, so I will make it up to you." I don't know if I would have went. Like, sir, the reward was lashes the last time. So if I didn't get them the first, like, what's the reward now? I don't know. What y'all think? "Go to my treasure room and take as much money as you please." Oh, okay. The peasant didn't wait to be asked twice. I wouldn't either. He stuffed his big pockets with as much as they could hold. Then he went to the tavern and counted his money. It. I feel like he gonna get ripped off again, but let's see here. The jay, who had crept in after him, heard him mumbling to himself, "That rascally king has put one over on me. Why didn't he give me the money himself? Then I'd know how much I've got. How can I know if it's right when I picked it up without looking? God help us," said the jay to himself. "This man is speaking disrespectfully of our king. I'll go and denounce him. I'll get the reward, and better still, he'll be punished. Sir, I would stop. I would stop. Like, you keep trying to get this man. I would stop. I think he's protected by God. What y'all think? Y'all think this man protected by God? When the king heard what the peasant said, he flew into a rage and told the jay to go and bring the offender. The jay ran to the peasant. You must come to the king this minute right now. Mama said, come to the. Daddy said, come to the room. Don't tell me, said the peasant. I know what's right. First, I'm going to have a new coat made. Do you think a man with no money in his pockets can go to the king in a raggedy old coat like this? The jay saw the peasant wouldn't budge without a new coat and was afraid that if the king's anger had time to blow over, he would lose his reward and the peasant his punishment. So he said, I'll lend you a fine coat for a while just to do you a good turn. What won't a man do out of kindness? The peasant accepted, put on the jay's coat, and went to the king. The king reproached the peasant for the wicked words the jay had reported. Nonsense, said the peasant. Anything a jay says is a lie. Dang. You know, they have been persecuted for a long time. The Bible, it's a long time. You'll never hear a word of truth coming from his mouth. Why, I wouldn't put it past him to claim I'm wearing his coat. What's this, said the jay? You say it's not my coat? Didn't I lend it to you to do a good turn so you would come and see the king? Because I set you up. Some of that he said, some of it didn't. Y'all can figure that out. When the king heard that, he said, this jay must have deceived somebody, either me or the peasant, and had the peasant paid a little more in hard talers. The peasant went home in a good coat with good money in his pocket and said, I got it right this time. And they all lived happily ever after. Okay, Sky had to run away. Or he had to run, not run away, but he had to run. So we're gonna end it as we always do. So what stood out to you guys? What would you say to any of the characters within this story, even though it was a little crazy? Or just overall, what in general, what lesson did you get out of this? For myself, it was that Jay. That dude, whoever that dude was, kept setting this man up under kindness. So I will say this is what stood out to me, and from my life experience and what others have kind of pointed to me. Sometimes people will set you up, but they'll set you up with like generosity first. They'll give you generosity, and then to kind of entice you to come to the setup. So be careful when people just offer you nice things. Like, kind of double check and make sure they're not trying to set you up. Not everybody, but people that you don't really know. Well, we don't have Scott to say his piece, but you guys put your piece down in the comment section, and we're going to end this. We will be back. We won't be able to do Dorian Gray today because, again, Scott got called on an important phone call. We'll do Dorian Gray tomorrow. I'll try to do double. I owe you guys one. So with that, we're going to bid you guys adieu. So, as always, guys, we enjoyed having you hang out with us. And hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with us. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some other videos, live shorts, all that fun stuff, because this channel is not just about us. It's about all of us coming together and hanging out as a family. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. So from wherever we are, even if we're wandering around, giving our money to fish, frogs, dogs, and everything in between, thinking they're going to give us a return on investment, to wherever you guys are, peace, love, and happiness. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.